But what I want to talk about is implicit learning. So how is it discovered? So a guy by the name of Arthur Reber in the early 60s, he created an artificial grammar. An artificial grammar is just a set of rules that says what numbers you're allowed to put beside each other, or what letters or numbers and letters. And you can create strings, like, so here's a number string, 7, and then A, B, right? There's certain sequences I can generate that follow the grammar. It's not the grammar of any language. And certain letter and number strings that don't follow the grammar. Does that make sense? Now what I do is I give people lots of the strings, and they can be very long, so you can't possibly hold them in working memory. Okay? I give the people these strings over and over and over again, all right? All of them grammatical, and then I stop and I do something. Now what I do is the following. I give them a bunch of new strings that they haven't seen before, and some of them are generated by the grammar, and some of them are not. And what the task is the following. Can you tell me which one of these strings is acceptable or grammatical? Or sometimes it's like the ones you saw before. There's variations on this. This is a cottage industry within psychology. Now what Reber found, amazingly, is that people score way above chance. Like, they're way above chance at being able to spot these complex, right, strings and say, oh, that's grammatical, that's not. And what was even more intriguing was the following. He found that people often couldn't tell you how they were doing it. How are you doing that? I don't know. I just get it, and this is what they'd say. I just have an intuition. Right? Sometimes people say, they'll give you a rule. They're saying, this is the method I'm using, blah, 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 and they're confabulating. We know because it doesn't predict their success. So sometimes people think they're doing something, and they're not, because it's not predicting their success. In fact, the explicit stuff is a little bit more dangerous than that. If you tell people, when you put them in this task, to explicitly try and learn the rules, their performance actually degrades. They actually get worse. So Hogarth's idea is that what intuition is that we implicitly pick up on very complex patterns, most of them interactional patterns, and they can guide us, and often we don't know how we're doing it. That's what intuition is.